The tension at Windsor Castle was palpable on the evening of the high-profile charity event, an occasion that should have been a celebration of goodwill and royal grace. Instead, it became the backdrop for a significant moment of conflict within the royal family. Princess Anne, known for her no-nonsense approach and strict adherence to royal protocols, found herself in a rare and dramatic confrontation. The event was set to bring together various members of the royal family, including some more distant relatives who had traditionally kept a lower profile. Tom Parker Bowles, the son of Camilla from her first marriage, was among those expected to attend. However, his inclusion at the event became a point of contention. As the evening progressed, it became clear that Anne had made a firm decision to block Tom from entering the venue. Her actions, though quiet, were deliberate and conveyed a message. She had long been known for her commitment to maintaining the dignity and unity of the royal family, often taking a protective stance against any elements she perceived as disruptive to its reputation. Tom, with his high-profile media career and history of public remarks, had long been considered an outsider within the royal circle. His lifestyle choices and frequent media appearances were seen as antithetical to the more reserved and traditional nature of the royal family. Princess Anne, who had spent much of her life upholding the monarchy's public image, knew the importance of keeping the royal family's image intact. Her decision to block Tom was not just about personal animosity, but rather a calculated effort to protect the sanctity of the royal event from any external disturbances. Windsor Castle, as the setting for the evening, was synonymous with royal history and tradition. Any disruption, no matter how small, could have significant ramifications on the public perception of the monarchy. The block wasn't just about Tom's personality or actions, but also a reflection of the broader internal dynamics of the royal family. Anne's intervention symbolized a growing divide between those who were seen as insiders, those who embraced the royal family's duties and responsibilities, and the more independent, often rebellious figures who challenged the institution's image. This clash of values was not something easily overlooked, and it quickly became the talk of the evening, casting a shadow over what should have been a night of charitable engagement. As the evening unfolded, whispers spread throughout the castle's hallowed halls. What had started as a simple royal event had now become a reflection of the deeper tensions within the royal family, particularly between the older and newer generations. Princess Anne's actions underscored the complexities of navigating the delicate relationships within the royal family, where personal grievances often intersect with public expectations. Tom Parker Bowles has always been a figure who stands apart from the traditional royal family. As the son of Camilla, the queen consort from her first marriage to Andrew Parker Bowles, Tom's relationship with the royal family has always been marked by a certain distance. His position within the royal fold was never as firmly entrenched as those of other royal family members, due in part to his mother's remarriage to King Charles III, which shifted his social and public standing. Though not a direct heir to the throne, Tom's connection to the monarchy through his mother has placed him in the periphery of royal events, though not without its share of controversies and complications. Raised outside the royal spotlight, Tom's upbringing was far removed from the traditional royal norms. He was largely raised in a more typical family environment, in contrast to the rigid and often isolating world of royal upbringing. This difference has always been a source of distinction, allowing Tom a certain degree of freedom to pursue a career and lifestyle that contrasted sharply with that of his royal relatives. As a food writer, journalist, and television personality, Tom's career has been marked by a public, media-centric profile, a stark contrast to the more reserved roles played by the immediate members of the royal family. His frequent television appearances and candid commentary on both food and culture often placed him in direct opposition to the royal family's image of decorum and discretion. Despite his mother's close relationship with the royal family, Tom's position has often been described as that of an outsider. He has never been granted the level of visibility or recognition that other royal relatives enjoy. While his presence at royal events is often seen as a courtesy, Tom's interactions within the royal sphere have typically been distant. His name is seldom mentioned in royal communications, and he remains largely outside the scope of the official royal duties that his mother, as queen consort, performs. Tom's relationship with his royal relatives has also been the subject of much public speculation. While he maintains a cordial relationship with his mother and her husband, King Charles, his more rebellious tendencies and outspoken nature often create friction with other family members. His opinions, particularly on issues related to the royal family's image, have not always been in line with the more traditional views upheld by the monarchy. This has contributed to the sense that Tom is somewhat of a misfit within the royal framework, a figure who does not quite belong, but is nonetheless tied by blood and circumstance. In terms of public perception, Tom Parker Bowles has often been viewed as a figure who, while undeniably linked to the royal family, occupies a secondary and somewhat ambiguous role. His career in the media, along with his more laid-back lifestyle, has often drawn a stark contrast to the formal duty-driven existence of the royals. While the royal family has managed to maintain a carefully curated image of unity and tradition, Tom's individualistic nature and public persona have created an enduring sense of separation, making him a distinctive yet distant member of the royal circle. Princess Anne, the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, has long been recognized for her unwavering dedication to her royal duties. Unlike some members of the royal family, Princess Anne has largely avoided the spotlight when it comes to public controversies, focusing instead on preserving the dignity and stability of the monarchy. Over the years, her role in protecting the royal image has been both significant and understated, as she has managed to balance personal discretion with public service. From an early age, Princess Anne was thrust into the public eye, but she quickly became known for her no-nonsense approach to her royal role. Her work ethic and commitment to her charitable engagements were clear to all who followed the royal family. Unlike her brothers, Princes Charles and Andrew, who had sometimes been involved in scandals, Anne maintained a steady and uncontroversial public image, carefully adhering to the royal family's expectations of duty and service. Her professionalism set a tone for how royal members should engage with the public, while upholding the reputation of the crown. One of Princess Anne's most prominent contributions to protecting the royal image came through her dedication to the numerous charitable organizations she supports. Over the years, she has been an active patron of more than 200 organizations, focusing particularly on areas such as health, sport, and education. Her deep involvement in these causes allowed her to carve out a meaningful role within the royal family, one that resonated with the public for its genuine care and commitment. Anne's ability to remain politically neutral while championing such causes ensured that her role as a royal was respected and not seen as divisive, a quality that greatly benefited the monarchy's reputation. Additionally, Princess Anne has never shied away from engaging with the press, though she has done so on her own terms. She has consistently maintained a strong personal sense of privacy, refusing to indulge in the kinds of media spectacles that have sometimes ensnared other members of the royal family. Through a combination of public service and personal discretion, Anne has preserved a level of respectability and authority that has been invaluable to the royal image. Her approach to her personal life has also played a part in shaping the public's perception of her. Unlike some other royals, Anne's marriages, though not without their challenges, have been relatively free of scandal. Her first marriage to Captain Mark Phillips ended in divorce in 1992, but the separation was handled with a level of dignity that protected the royal family from negative public fallout. Her subsequent marriage to Sir Timothy Lawrence in 1992 was marked by its low-key nature, further distancing her from the tabloid-driven drama that plagued other royal figures. Princess Anne's ability to stay focused on her royal duties while remaining largely unaffected by the media circus surrounding the royal family has positioned her as a reliable and steady presence within the monarchy. In times when the royal family faced criticism or scrutiny, it was often Anne who stepped forward to reinforce the dignity and strength of the institution. Her involvement in important state events, her tireless charity work, and her calm demeanor in public have all contributed to preserving the royal image in an ever-changing media landscape. Ultimately, Princess Anne's role in protecting the royal image has been one of consistency, professionalism, and quiet dedication. By focusing on her responsibilities and maintaining a personal sense of integrity, she has not only helped safeguard the monarchy's reputation, but also carved out a legacy of her own, built on duty, respect, and a commitment to service. Camilla's journey to becoming Queen Consort of the United Kingdom was neither simple nor without challenges. Her life has been marked by personal and public struggles, not the least of which was the balancing act between her royal responsibilities and her role as a mother. For many years, Camilla was viewed as an outsider to the royal family, both due to her past relationship with Prince Charles and the complex dynamics surrounding her marriage to him. However, over time she navigated these challenges with grace, ultimately earning a place in the royal family. Yet, her role as a mother has remained a constant undercurrent in her life, influencing her approach to both her family and her duties as Queen Consort. Camilla's first marriage to Andrew Parker Bowles in 1973 resulted in 2 children, Tom and Laura. Although she became a mother at a relatively young age, her relationship with her children was complicated by her eventual romantic involvement with Prince Charles. The dynamics within her family changed as her public life grew more entangled with royal matters, and the relationship between Camilla and her children was, at times, strained by her status as a figurehead in the monarchy. In the years following her divorce from Parker Bowles and her subsequent marriage to Charles in 2005, Camilla's role as a mother became increasingly under scrutiny, especially when it came to the relationship between her children and the royal family. For many years, Camilla faced criticism for her past relationship with Prince Charles, a connection that had caused widespread scandal during the couple's affair, particularly due to the public attention placed on Princess Diana's suffering. Despite these controversies, Camilla worked tirelessly to rebuild her image. One of the most poignant challenges she faced was how to balance her new role in the royal family while being a mother to Tom and Laura, who were often caught in the crossfire of public opinion. Camilla's children had grown up as private citizens, and the sudden intrusion of the royal spotlight into their lives brought its own difficulties. They were not as accustomed to media scrutiny as other royal children and had to contend with the public's judgments of their mother's new position as the wife of the future king. Throughout her marriage to Prince Charles, Camilla did not shy away from embracing the responsibilities that came with being part of the royal family. She supported her husband in his charitable endeavors and began to gradually engage in public appearances. Her children, however, remained somewhat distant from the public eye. Despite this, Camilla's commitment to motherhood never wavered. She reportedly maintained a close, protective relationship with Tom and Laura, even as her royal obligations kept her away from them at times. Being the mother of 2 adult children, while navigating royal duties was no easy feat, and Camilla's ability to manage both was an impressive feat of personal resilience. The most complex part of her journey as a mother came with her transition into the role of queen consort. When she married Prince Charles, her children were already adults, but the change in her position within the royal family had an impact on them nonetheless. Camilla's new title raised questions about the future of her children's place within the royal fold. Though neither Tom nor Laura held formal titles, they did find themselves in the media spotlight much more than they had in their earlier years. Camilla, being fiercely protective of her family, took steps to shield her children from the harsher aspects of royal life, seeking to keep their private lives as free from public scrutiny as possible. However, her status as queen consort naturally meant that they were more frequently seen in public, particularly at high-profile events, making their lives as royal relatives more exposed than before. Camilla's struggles were not just public, but also deeply personal. Becoming queen consort did not erase the weight of the past, nor did it shield her from the continuing expectations placed on her as both a mother and a royal. Her relationship with Prince Charles, once scandalous in the eyes of many, evolved into a partnership of mutual support, yet Camilla continued to bear the burden of her earlier reputation. She had to prove herself worthy of her position, not only in the eyes of the public but also within the royal family. Despite these challenges, Camilla's resolve as both a mother and a queen consort has remained strong. Over the years, she has managed to find a balance between her family life and her royal duties, focusing on maintaining close family bonds while embracing her public role. Her evolution from the woman once vilified by the press to the queen consort, respected for her charitable work and steady support of her husband, has been remarkable. As a mother, she has remained a steadfast presence in the lives of her children, and as queen, she has worked to redefine her place within the royal family, ensuring that her family's legacy is shaped by both her personal love for her children and her dedication to her royal responsibilities. Prince William's discomfort with Tom Parker Bowles' media presence has been an undercurrent of royal family dynamics for many years, particularly as Tom's visibility grew due to his mother's marriage to Prince Charles. Tom, as the son of Camilla Parker Bowles from her first marriage, became more frequently in the public eye after his mother became the queen consort. His increasing media presence, however, has often been a source of tension within the royal family, particularly with Prince William, who is known for his desire to maintain the privacy and dignity of his own family. Tom Parker Bowles, a well-known food writer and journalist, has always been comfortable in the public spotlight. Over the years, he has built his career as a respected figure in the culinary world, contributing to various publications, hosting television shows, and writing books. His professional accomplishments, however, have often brought him into the media's orbit, sometimes overshadowing his stepfather, Prince Charles, or even the royal family as a whole. While Camilla's children are not officially part of the royal family, their proximity to the monarchy and their close family ties have made them frequent subjects of media coverage. Tom, with his distinct personality and lifestyle, has not been shy about engaging with the press, which has occasionally caused tension with more private members of the royal family, like Prince William. Prince William's unease with Tom's media presence is rooted in his broader concern about maintaining the royal family's image and privacy. As a future king, William is particularly sensitive to any distractions or controversies that could detract from the royal family's carefully managed public persona. He has often expressed a desire for his family to remain out of the media's relentless focus, especially when it comes to matters that could be perceived as non-royal or sensational. Tom, by contrast, has always been more willing to engage with the media, which sometimes places him at odds with William's more reserved approach. This tension became more apparent as Tom's role in the public sphere grew, particularly after Camilla became queen consort. The royal family is notoriously cautious about how each member presents themselves to the public, and Tom's willingness to participate in media events and interviews created a potential conflict of interest. While Camilla and Charles worked hard to rebuild the monarchy's image after years of scandal, Tom's media presence, particularly in the culinary world, sometimes felt like a distraction, diverting attention away from the royal family's carefully curated narrative. In addition to concerns about his public image, Prince William also had more personal reasons for being uncomfortable with Tom's media presence. As the Duke of Cambridge, William has been under constant scrutiny, and he has always worked to ensure that his family, particularly his wife Kate and their children, are shielded from the invasive press. Tom's media engagements, which included frequent television appearances and interviews, occasionally led to headlines that overshadowed the royal family's events and initiatives. This created a sense of discomfort for William, who felt that the monarchy's cohesion and focus should not be diluted by outside influences. Moreover, there have been moments when Tom's public persona has crossed into areas that could be seen as controversial or inconsistent with the royal family's more traditional image. His openness about his personal life, his often casual approach to celebrity, and his willingness to express his opinions in the public eye contrasted with Prince William's more controlled and dignified public presence. This difference in approach led to friction, as Prince William, with his sense of duty and responsibility as a future monarch, likely viewed Tom's behavior as an unwelcome disruption to the royal family's unity. Despite these tensions, William and Tom have managed to maintain a relatively cordial relationship in public. They are not known to have had any major confrontations, but the subtle differences in their public personas have been an ongoing factor in their interactions. Prince William, always mindful of the family's image, likely finds Tom's more outgoing media presence difficult to reconcile with his own values regarding royal decorum and privacy. As Tom continues to build his career, it is clear that his media presence will remain a point of difference between him and his royal relatives, especially as the monarchy continues to navigate its evolving role in the modern world. Overall, William's discomfort with Tom's media presence underscores a broader tension between the desire for privacy and the realities of being in the public eye. For Prince William, who is deeply committed to protecting his family and upholding the monarchy's dignity, Tom's approach to media engagement is a source of unease, even as Tom's own career flourishes. As both men continue to navigate their roles within the royal family, it is likely that these differences will remain part of the complex relationship between them. The royal Christmas gathering has long been a symbol of family unity and tradition for the British royal family, but in recent years, the dynamics surrounding this event have been affected by various tensions, particularly in relation to Camilla Parker Bowles' children. As the Queen Consort, Camilla's children, including Tom Parker Bowles and Laura Lopes, have increasingly found themselves involved in royal events, yet their presence has not always been seamless. While the royal Christmas gathering is a highly anticipated occasion that brings the family together at Sandringham House, it also underscores the complex relationships and power structures within the family. The tension regarding Camilla's children's participation in royal events, including Christmas, stems from their more informal status within the family. While Camilla has been fully integrated into the royal fold as the Queen Consort, her children are not considered official working royals. This has led to a subtle but significant divide in how they are viewed and treated during royal gatherings. For instance, Tom, with his more public career in media, sometimes found himself at odds with the more reserved, duty-focused approach favored by other members of the royal family, such as Prince William and Prince Harry. This dynamic has impacted the atmosphere at events like the Royal Christmas. Despite these undercurrents, the royal family has made efforts to include Camilla's children in the festivities, recognizing their importance to her and their role within the family. However, their presence at the Christmas gathering has occasionally caused discomfort, particularly with Prince William, who is deeply committed to maintaining the royal family's image and unity. The less formal, more media-savvy approach of Tom, for example, contrasts with the royal family's preference for more private, controlled celebrations. This difference in approach to public life has sometimes made the Christmas gathering feel less cohesive, as family members navigated their personal dynamics under the watchful eyes of the press. In the face of these tensions, The royal family has sought to maintain a sense of unity during Christmas, which has become a symbol of resilience and tradition in the monarchy. However, the evolving roles of Camilla's children continue to influence the tone of these gatherings, highlighting the complexities of blending family traditions with the evolving nature of royal life.